Last year, the art world was introduced to crypto art, a supposed way to make purchasing digital art safer and selling digital art more viable. Crypto art takes the scarcity model of the traditional art trade and attempts to apply it to the medium of digital art, using a technology known as NFTs. The intent behind crypto art's scarcity model is to make digital art more valuable than before, supposedly to allow independent artists to finally earn money like they never could before. Of course, the money being dealt in this industry are cryptocurrencies, digital altcoins of which crypto art is named for. If online billionaires and clickbait journalists are to be believed, crypto art is apparently the best thing to happen to digital artists since the invention of canvas flipping. However, the majority of artists I follow seem to disagree entirely with the notion that crypto art is a good thing. I decided to dig a little deeper into what NFTs even are, and how 2 years of crypto art has impacted the online art community, and I discovered a poorly hidden system for rich people to abuse desperate and naive content creators. Given my discovery, I'm sure you can imagine my disappointment when I saw Scottish Murmurs promoting a marketplace for ASMR NFTs. For the sake of being disappointed together, let me get us on the same page about NFTs. Here's the part that people have a really hard time understanding. An NFT is not a picture. You get an NFT when you pay for a picture. Some may argue that what you're paying for is the NFT and not the picture, but I'll get into that later. The point is, when you right-click save an image, you're not stealing an NFT. You're just saving an image. So, what is an NFT? NFT stands for non-fungible token. Shockingly, fungible is a real word, and it refers to an item's ability to be easily replaced or duplicated. The token part of NFT means it's a representation of something else. So a non-fungible token is basically a unique representation of information on the blockchain. The blockchain is the secure part of the NFT. Basically, when a cryptocurrency is mined or used in a transaction, a block of data is created. The more transactions you make, the more blocks are created, and all of these blocks are linked together in a chain of data. Each link in the chain of data is meant to support the next, which is supposedly what makes NFTs so hard to corrupt. Simply put, an NFT is a digital representation of data from a cryptocurrency transaction. In other words, an NFT is a receipt. Alright, so now that we understand what an NFT is, let's talk about what an NFT isn't. An NFT is not an exclusive right to an image or intellectual property. This might sound like a no-brainer, but I have seen NFT owners make some very confused claims about what it is they've purchased. When you buy an NFT, what you're paying for is a record of your transaction and a link to whatever digital art your NFT was made for. This could be a drawing, a photo, a video, or even music. The only right you gain by buying art through NFT marketplaces instead of Patreon or direct commissions is the right to resell what you own, which is a can of worms I'll open a little later. Another thing NFTs can't do for you is give you any right over a physical object depicted in your NFT. Some pop art museums and private collectors have been getting into the crypto art game by minting photos of paintings, sculptures, and various memorabilia. NFT collectors have been dropping big bucks to buy this stuff, which I find incredibly stupid because, and I cannot stress this enough, if you buy an NFT of the Beatles' clothing, you are not buying the actual clothes, just a picture someone took of a famous pair of trousers. I feel like a lot of the greater fools investing in the NFT game need a crash course in value and worth. A downloaded copy of a digital drawing will have the same data as the original upload. So how do you make something scarce when, by nature, anyone could own it? The idea behind crypto art is to make certain digital art more valuable by marking them as being authentic. Basically, an artist would pay to mint their work as an NFT, and the NFT would act as a certificate of authenticity, thus making the minted art more rare and valuable than just the art on its own. There's just one problem with that. As we've just come to understand, NFTs are nothing more than receipts. So what exactly does it mean for crypto art if they intend to use receipts as certificates of authenticity? Well, let's take a moment to talk about what actual certificates of authenticity do in the world of traditional art. Here is a serigraph that I actually own of Disney's Dumbo and Timothy Mouse. It is stamped with an official Disney seal of authenticity, meaning this piece of art that I own is stamped with a unique code, signifying that it is recognized by Disney as being part of a limited set of serigraphs sold in official Disney stores. NFTs cannot do that. Sure, in crypto art, NFTs are unique codes linked to pieces of digital art, but NFTs only represent that a transaction took place. This art was sold by this person to this buyer. NFTs can't even prove that the person selling art is even the actual artist, and that is one of the biggest dangers NFTs pose to the art world. Simon Stalenhag, creator of Tales from the Loop and The Electric State, had his art stolen and sold as NFTs. The service they were sold on, called OpenSea, doesn't even have a verification system. They claim that it's the buyer's responsibility to make sure a seller isn't a thief. And they aren't the only site with that mentality. Having his art stolen wasn't just a singular occurrence for Simon, something that happened at the start of the crypto art phase last year. He's had stolen art sold on these services as recently as October 2021. As of November, OpenSea has been caught blocking artists on Twitter who have made accusations of theft. And as of December, OpenSea has been caught denying DMCA requests from their service, forcing victims to issue DMCAs through the image hosting service OpenSea uses, which is apparently Google Images? Even ignoring the fact that NFTs cannot be used as a system of authentication, at the very least, the marketplace should be responsible for verifying whether or not a seller is who they say they are before they start making money. Incidents like this only set the precedent that NFT marketplaces don't actually care about art or the artists, just the money. I bet that most people were introduced to NFTs and crypto art through some sort of story they found on social media or the news. Either a rags to riches story of an artist becoming an overnight millionaire, or an outrage story over someone spending millions on a JPEG. I, for one, took note of NFTs when Beeple sold one for $69 million. My point is, your first time hearing about NFTs, cryptocurrency, and crypto art was most likely in connection to people making or spending insane amounts of money. And that's not a coincidence. Crypto culture as a whole lives or dies by the hype. Big numbers are really exciting to onlookers, especially when those numbers represent money, but that money doesn't just come from nowhere. Rich people wouldn't drop millions on a JPEG if there wasn't some degree of guaranteed returns. Beeple made his big sale when the notoriety of crypto art was just beginning to get booming. Beeple's art was bought by the boss of an investment firm called Metapurse, which sells B20 coins. Beeple owns 2% of B20. After Beeple's art was bought, the worth of B20 rose from 36 cents to $23. A recent study from these people, published through Scientific Reports, reveals that most high-value NFT transactions are just as scummy as Mr. Beeple's. The study of 6.1 million NFT trades revealed that the top 10% of traders make up 85% of transactions, with 10% of buyer-seller pairs contributing the same volume of transactions as the 90%. If you're having a hard time understanding what those numbers mean, just picture a bunch of rich people trading around the same $1 million bill, bragging about all these millions they're making, while telling everyone else to start adding their money to a pot for a chance to also be a millionaire. I like to describe crypto success stories like Beeple's as being purposeful outliers, because it's improbable for the average crypto investor to make millions of dollars, but situations like Beeple's prove to anyone already interested that it's not impossible. Nobody likes having their dreams crushed, especially when their dream is to make lots and lots of money while doing as little work as possible. Someone who is dead set on getting into crypto culture is going to shut out naysayers who bring up the environmental cost of NFTs or the fact that cryptocurrency is a volatile investment. They are going to want to listen to someone who says all the things they want to hear. Someone who reassures them that they're making smart decisions. Someone who encourages them to spend even more money. If you are interested in crypto, you will end up following a few crypto influencers. Crypto influencers are investors and self-proclaimed entrepreneurs with nothing to lose and everything to gain. Crypto influencers want you to believe that they are your best friend, and they are doing you a favor by telling you to invest your money in this new coin they have staken, or to list your art on this marketplace they're involved with. Their Twitters are filled with ads, but you won't see a hashtag ad anywhere. They always respond to criticism, but they never have answers. All they have are videos and articles made by their favorite services that claim there's nothing to worry about. Crypto influencers could be anyone you follow. They could be your favorite YouTuber, they could be your favorite Kardashian, they could be your favorite South African billionaire, they could even be authors like Jordan Belfort. What book did he write again? Oh yeah, The Wolf of Wall Street. The story of that one time he was found guilty of fraud and stock manipulation, amongst other charges. But don't worry, guys. This convicted money launderer only wants to use NFTs to help change lives, not launder money. Heavens no. While I was exploring the crypto art community for the sake of this video, I was actually surprised to discover a community-wide rejection of the most popular crypto influencers. The crypto art community rightfully views influencers like Elon Musk and Kim Kardashian as being opportunistic con artists. People who didn't give a damn about the digital art community until they realized they could make money from them. However, artists with a big following who make a sudden embrace of crypto are seen as being more trustworthy. I think a part of it is trust that popular artists wouldn't promote something that might harm the community they found success in. Trust that influencers wouldn't accept money for something that isn't within their audience's best interests. Therefore, artists who support NFTs do so because they genuinely think they're a good thing. It's this misguided trust in content creators that makes me very uncomfortable with NFTs making their way into the ASMR community. How would you describe your favorite ASMR artist in one word? I'm sure there will be some outliers, but I think the most common descriptors would be kind, caring, loving, and genuine. Your favorite ASMR artist makes you feel safe and comfortable. But that's just a persona, an idealized version of themselves they portray for content. ASMR, more than any other medium, has a very blurred relationship between creator and listener. It is an ASMRtist's job to give thousands of people around the world the feeling of a unique and personal experience. So much of ASMR is intentionally crafted to evoke a sense of intimacy. From the position of the camera to how the ASMRtist interacts with the camera, down to even the particular words and phrases an ASMRtist will use in the video.
That's a good idea. I will stick by you for safekeeping. If you don't mind.
ASMR seems almost designed to perpetuate parasocial relationships, a sense of amity or affection for someone on the other side of the screen. And I believe ASMRtists have the responsibility to make sure they aren't abusing this relationship. Advertisements can be really tricky when parasocial relationships are involved. And I think that may be the thought process behind the Federal Trade Commission requiring online creators to declare paid sponsorships. That being said, I don't think even the most obsessive fans would buy into every product an ASMRtist promotes. You see, the average fan isn't likely to drop everything and start playing Raid Shadow Legends just because a pretty whisper girl told them to. No. The type of product placement fans are most likely to buy into are the type of promotions and merchandise that get them closer to the ASMRtist. Scottish Murmurs ASMR dropping a promotional NFT is the whole reason I made this video. There were a few people in her audience cringing at the idea of her releasing an NFT, but there were even more people angrily defending her decision and her right to do so, and how she shouldn't listen to these snowflakes. What set me off the most, though, was seeing comments from people who admittedly did not understand NFTs getting really excited about them just because it was her. I've already made my case on how crypto art is predatory and NFTs are being used to scam people, but for the sake of playing devil's advocate, let's imagine that the video Lauren is selling is disconnected from all of those bad things. Do I think that Scottish Murmurs is abusing her parasocial relationship with her audience? Well, this video has a $50 price tag, so it better be the best damn video she's ever made. And it's a very minimal looping animation of a boat in the sky with a little jack-o'-lantern, and Lauren reads a short poem. Okay, so let me get this straight. She's selling an official Scottish Murmurs NFT, but the content of the NFT doesn't represent anything people actually like about her videos. You have to admit that she has a unique girl next door charm to her videos that sets her apart from her ASMR peers. And I'm just not seeing that in this NFT. This thing could have easily been made by literally any ASMRtist, which becomes apparent when you look at what other ASMRtists are selling on this marketplace. It's all simple looping animations with a soft narrated story behind them. None of this stuff is worth $50, let alone the $1,400 someone actually sold an NFT for? I'm pretty sure I'm reading this correctly. This person could have easily donated that money to that ASMRtist if they like their content so much. But that's the thing about crypto art. It's not about supporting creators, and it's not about giving back to your audience. If the crypto art industry dissolves tomorrow, and everybody's little NFTs are suddenly worthless, would we still see people dropping over $1,000 on a single short ASMR video? Obviously not. This is what bothers me the most about crypto art supposedly being for the artists. Digital artists have been able to make money online for decades. There will always be sites like Patreon, but even if that's not your thing, direct commissions are always appreciated. Even ASMRtists have found success making money using these same methods, so why haven't we seen a $1,000 custom ASMR video before? Remember when I said, the only right you gain by buying art through NFT marketplaces instead of Patreon or direct commissions is the right to resell what you own. The reason we've never seen a $1,000 ASMR commission before is because we've never had a market for reselling ASMR videos before. The true purpose of crypto art is to treat art as investments, which in turn has created a culture that only values art for its potential to turn a profit. Within the traditional art trade, art is still valued for its practical and emotional worth, qualities that seem to have no merit amongst NFT traders. I think this is why randomly generated pieces of shit outsell any earnest attempts at artistic expression. The emotional value of art is wholly influenced by the subjective tastes of the viewer, which makes it a liability in the eyes of someone trying to turn a profit on whatever NFT they've purchased. Creativity is a risk most crypto art investors can't afford. So they stick with whichever name brand art manufacturers have proven themselves to be safe, reliable, and heavily traded. Crypto art doesn't encourage buyers to pay artists what they truly deserve. They use this idea of exclusivity to encourage buyers to gorge on cheaply made digital wastes of space. That study I mentioned earlier observed that the average sale price for NFTs is lower than $15 for 75% of the assets. Artists who spend weeks meticulously painting their digital art have to devalue it for the chance to even sell one. If you really want to support your favorite creators, buy their prints, donate to their Patreons, and commission them for original content. If you want to profit off your favorite creators, or have them rob you blind with low-quality crap, then by all means, invest in crypto art.